Couple flips, Chine. Trooper Chine. Ready? Ready? Wait right there. Ready? Flip. Good. Catch. Awesome. Top. Yes, good. I'll take that. I'll take that, little girl. Hey, easy, cheetah. You see her getting on me? All right, so we got a nice square here. I'm gonna step right in front of her there. Ready, catch. Boom, here. Yes. And now I'm gonna bring her 90 degrees down the line. Catch, top. Boom. Yes, good girl. Great work. Awesome. Awesome. Same thing with a rebound, rebound. She's gonna land about right there. I'll just step in front of her for the flip, rebound. Boom. Good. Catch. Wait. Through. Yes, good girl. Great work. Awesome.
Another one that we're going to talk about is Frizgility. Frizgility, it's again throwing that disc. It's kind of like the time beater. It gives your dog extra time to go and grab that.
It's also a sugar rush opportunity in Frizgility. Crazy.
Right. And yeah, if you're really trying to get that that sweet spot bonus plus the last catch, the roller down the middle of the sweet spot might be the way to go.
Awesome. So, Frizgility buzzer beater using a roller. I'm gonna throw a 10-yard throw. I have one disc. Dog disc and handler need to be in the sweet spot at the same time. Jack and I are gonna sugar rush this. We're gonna sugar rush it using a roller to the 10-yard throw. So,
5, 4,
over,
3, 2, 1, time.
Boom! Sugar rush, 10 points. That's a 20-point swing. It's a 20-point swing. And it should be pretty easy to, I mean, shoot, that's worth it to pull your dog off the jump and have him wait.
Right.
That 10-point sugar rush. Do we need, do you want to do level 2?
What does that just mean?
You running further?
Me running further?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. This even works in level 2 if my dog is fast enough to get it. Jack,
5,
tunnel.
4,
Jump.
3, 2, 1, time.
Boom! Level 2. 35-point swing. Good job, dog catch. Good job, Jack. Awesome. There you go. Go, go, go. Through and flip. Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. Yes. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass. Go, go, go. Through and flip. Good. Ouse. Go, go, go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up, up, up. Ouse. Good. Right there. Yes, good. 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 Ouse. Through. Yes, ouse. Yes. Badass. Makai Woo. Leg over. Hoop. Strong flip. And let's see. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Rear cross, wait. Just see that when I rear crossed him, he wound up on the wrong side. Come on. So if I rear cross him from here, squib. Yes, he winds up going that way, and I'm going to send him around here. I think what I'm going to do instead is get him going this way. Yeah, good man. Squib, McFly, woo. Yes, wait. Leg over, wait. Hoop, wait. Strong flip. Yes, good man. Awesome. My bearings here. Good man. Tootler. Happy. Rear cross. McFly, woo. Leg over, hoop. So by setting him up going the other way, ouse, squib, and around. Oops. Mauka. Come on, handsome. Mauka. Right? When I rear cross him, he goes, woo, right there. Wait. Hoop. Wait. Oh, shoot. What happens right after? Hoop to leg over. Or no. I can't hardly keep my hoop comments to myself right now. Yes, good man, McFly. Good man. Yep-o, somebody's handsome. Somebody's super talented. All right. One more with weights, then we'll do it live speed. Come on, Yep-o. Come on, handsome. Ouse. Yes, squib. I think I skipped a whole shitload. I'm backing up. Sorry, guys. Oh, shoot. What happens right after? Yeah, I want it to go down in all its
Hoop
ugly.
to leg over.
Or no, leg over to hoop. Wait. Sorry, buddy. You're so amazing. Yeah, you're awesome. All right. Holy cow. Here we go. So I think that's kind of important when we're working this to make sure that we are clear with hang on one second. Just going, there we go. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Yep, that's where it's supposed to be. And back to the video. All right, what do we got? All right, I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Funny. What's up, Epi? So with this video, what I'm struck with is how he keeps moving by me when you do a move, and the dog is arcing towards you. And the dog is arcing towards you, right? And if you want to do a move on this side, the dog slides outside of the move. So like when I went to do my hoop, you can see me reaching really far for the hoop, and you can see me trying to stretch for that leg over. It's just unbelievable watching this from a few years ago, and how I knew he was moving away from me, right? Like I knew that the hoop was way out there, but I didn't know I didn't know how to stop it really, right? Like I didn't know how to stop it, and now I so elementarily know how to stop it. It's really crazy, you know what I mean? Like I completely know how to stop that now. And I'll just I'll back up. Oh, I remember what it was. So that shit hit the fan, right? We had this catastrophic error. I want to stop. and reset. This is about building the sequence, not getting the tricks perfect. Once the sequence kicks ass, then we can start to try to make the tricks perfect as well. We want to take a bite of the apple, one bite of the apple at a time. You know, we want to put ourselves on the path to that place. The path to kicking ass and catching everything is being able to put everything together so it flows together. And then once that is working, then we can leverage that towards making all the catches. Him, he goes, woo, right there. Wait. Hoop. Wait. So right here, watch him. I'm going to turn with him, and he's going to not stop. Do you see he's out on my right? The whole session, in this whole session, he's drifting to my right, and I'm turning with him. If I want to ensure that that doesn't happen, I should turn away from it. I should turn the other way. So on the hoop, I should go right there. Wait. Hoop. Hoop, right? And I should turn towards the discs. Wait. So instead of turning to my right, I should turn to my left. If I turn to my left, I would slam him with pressure. But here I'm just rolling with him as he's going. Oh, shoot, what happens right after? And it's actually the thing that made me like, oh, shoot, and confused. No, that over to hoop, wait. God darn it. Over to hoop, wait. That situation, like just that little discomfort of him being out of position was enough to completely flummox me and take me off track and off path, right? If I handle that smoothly and easily, I'm right on to my next trick. I knew what I was doing before that, but then he drifted and I was like, hey, what the hell is he doing drifting, right? And then he drifted and now I'm lost. Right? And here's where I make a good, intelligent decision as a dog trainer. Sorry, buddy. You're and restart. You're awesome. All right. Holy cow. Here we go. So I'm going to restart here. What do we got? Again, I'm still thinking about him drifting away and how am I going to solve him drifting away? He's drifted away. This is going to be horrible. And instead of being in the place, doing the thing, watching what he's doing, and figuring out a way to change his line, or making a safe to fail experiment and trying something to line him up, I'm all fretting about it. And you know what? It's going to happen now, right? Watch, here it comes. Rear cross, Kai. Wait. Right, so I got the wait cue before he lands. He's in good position. He drifts forward. That's all right. At that over. Look at me turn with him. Wait. Hoop. Yes. And I turn with him again. There we go. That's so funny. There's two. Got to do two more with weights, then we'll do it live speed. Come on, if I were just a little sharper, used a little bit of movement that moved away from him, I would be all set here. Wait. Boop. Wait. Yes, good man. Good man. So essentially, that flip that I threw him there, I threw because he was drifting out. It's called a heli out. And because he was out of position and he was already drifting over that way, it just seemed like a good way for me to throw that, right? And it didn't have to be that way. If I spun around the other way, that would have been a nice, tight little, he'd have done the hoop, right? I would have gone, check this out, man. This is badass. So I would have gone hoop, right? And he would have went through the hoop, and I'd have spun this way, and he'd have locked into that position here, and I'd have made my flip, like almost in one move, right? But because I did the hoop and traveled with him, I pushed him along the flank that way, and he wanted to slide that way. And now the only thing I can do is throw a flip on the outside to stop him. I think that's super, super cool. And it was really interesting looking back at this video and noticing that I didn't know what the hell I was doing. right? I think a lot of times people think I know it all, right? I completely don't think I know it all. I watch myself do shit like this all the time, right? Right after the fact, I do my shit, I bring it in, I put it on the editing table, and I go through it with an instructor's eye over and over and over again, right? So when I am giving, you know, hey, you might want to try it this way, don't do it that way. That way it's not going to work, right? Or, yeah, I've tried that, that's not going to work. Like I've tried that and it's not going to work. You know, so watching this is super funny, man. One more with weights, then we'll do it live speed. Come on, Yeppo. Come on, handsome. Ouse. Yeah, squib, Mackay. So Jam and a Flash, we drew these. Jam and a Flash, we drew these as random draw, and then we play them honestly, and we try to link the tricks together, and we learn how to do new things, right? This in this section here, I'm gonna. I really shouldn't have done that. I should have worked the sequence. Ouse, yeah, squib, Mackay, woo, yeah, sweet. So that woo move to leg over, I never done anything like that. That's brand new. I don't know what the hell I'm doing there. How do I do that? You can tell that I don't know what I'm doing there. Right? And here I'm going to turn with him and drift him out there. Wow, you were really giving up that heli out, aren't you, Epi? I totally am, Ron. Keeping it up on that move. You are, Epi. One of these days he's going to catch that one. Squib, Mackay, woo. Yes, ouse, hop over. But you can see this starting to develop into something that's pretty much like a sequence, right? Yep. And man, handsome. I'm just putting that together and trying to figure out how these things work. And then I will use those movements as part of my understanding and how I move my dog in general. Whoops. Hoop. Yes, wait right there. Yes, good man, Mackay. You're awesome, Epi. Yeppo. Ouse. Right, so that is research and development, right? That's emergent behavior, okay? I'm trying to create new connections, new this to that tricks. I am doing my best to explore how we interact with our dog, right? And that's where new things come from, guys. That's totally where new things come from, right? If we only do the things that we always do or only do our routine, that's what's going to happen, right? We're going to only do the things that we know how to do, and we're only going to do our routine, right? And that's not super helpful or super fun, you know? There's a lot of other things that we could be doing. We could learn how to do really amazing things. We can learn how to do these things that we don't know how to do. So I'm going to pull up a screen share here. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Cynefin framework. It's a Sensemaking framework. And I just want to run through this real quick. We have obvious, which are known knowns. Behaviors that are completely done. Situations that we're completely competent in. Everybody knows how to act in those situations. Everybody knows what solution is available. When that's the case, we encounter something, we sense it, we figure out what simple rule it is, and then we respond. And that's the area of best practices. That's where everyone wants to be. Show me how to do a vault. Tell me how to do a vault. Well, there's a bunch of shit involved in a vault. There's a weight, there's timing, there's a trigger, there's the ability to throw, there's your dog understanding pressure. There's your like kind of knowledge of how your dog is landing in terms of safety. There's a whole shitload of stuff built around that that show me how to vault, right? It's far more than some kind of obvious thing, right? So like the vault process is a complicated process. It's a series of events. It's known, but it's a little bit unknown, right? Or we know about the unknowns. We know about the variability in lifting, in making a trigger, or the variability in our placement. The dog knows that there's variability in placement, right? So those unknowns are known about, and everybody can handle them in stride. It's a little more difficult than that super obvious shit, but we got it. And then we move over into this area of complex, where we have unknown unknowns. We literally don't know what we're doing. That sequence that I was doing with Epi, I literally didn't know what I was doing, right? And so what I was doing within that jam and a flash is I was probing, sensing, and responding. I was doing my trick, I was given the weight cue, and I was orienting myself in some way that was going to work. Is this going to work? Right? And I put myself in position. It worked. Okay, I think I like that. Or I put myself in that position and I kind of liked it, but I didn't really like it. So I'll put myself in a slightly different position next time. Right? So within the jam and a flash thing, I'm consistently probing, sensing, and responding. Right? And once I do that, this is how we get emergent practices and emergent behaviors, new behaviors. Right? We mess around with them. We play with them. We put them together in awkward ways, right? We explore them. We don't go out there and do them. If we do them, that tells us we know exactly how we're doing it, right? And that we know what we're doing. If you haven't done it before, you don't know what you're doing. You got to figure that out. And then we have the chaotic realm, which is unknowable unknowns. Like, this shit's bonkers. I think a lot of people wind up there a lot more frequently than they would like. I think the answer within the chaotic domain, when shit hits the fan and all the unknowns are completely unknowable, and there are no constraints on anything. Attention and recall are two amazing, or maybe even a down, attention, recall, down, several really solid ones. Although if you cue a down and the dog doesn't down, now you're in serious shit, right? One more thing about this framework. When we're in the obvious zone, I just mentioned we're in chaos. Situation is crazy, right? I want to respond, lie down. Lie down is an obvious thing. It's known knowns. I know it, the dog knows it. The dog knows it as a best practice. This shit always works, right? But if this situation is chaotic enough, this may no longer be obvious, right? That may no longer be obvious to your dog. And if it isn't, and you've just told your dog to lie down, what happens next? How do you solve the chaos? It just participates in the chaos. So this line right here is big and fat. There's a cliff between obvious and chaotic. Everything's fine when we tell the dog to lie down and he doesn't lie down. The first time we tell the dog to lie down everything's fine when we tell the dog to lie down and he lies down. The first time we tell the dog to lie down and he doesn't lie down, then there's a moment of chaos, and how we respond will affect our training session that time and a whole bunch of other shit. Hopefully that makes sense. I want to get into that a little bit because I want to talk about how this jam and a flash stuff is about emergent behavior, about new behaviors.
Epic sequence number 4, it's in the books.
Right? About how we do these things. So here we have Lute and I doing a pretty silly jam and a flash, if I remember correctly. This is the second time we've tried it. And I'm going to warm him up real quick.
Hop over. Oh, come on. Hop over.
I like to move in both directions. I like to jump in both directions, clock and counter. Right?
I'm going to wreck it.
and move him around in both directions. And this is after he's been like, wah, crazy town coming out and whatnot, you know.
A little closer. He's a little far. Wait for a rebound there. Rebound.
So this jam and a flash is rebound to hoop to heli in. Oh, I'm sorry, to heli out. To revert, this is a screw vault. So he's going to go off my chest from standing behind me.
Good, man.
Right, so he went off my chest. I open up there. And then the Yachi vault. It's just a nasty, nasty sequence, man.
Holy cow.
It's brutal. The heli out. He's moving
Holy cow.
clockwise. He's going to flip counterclockwise. That's what a heli out is. Heli in, he would be moving clockwise and flip. So there's the rebound, hoop, to heli out. So he'll flip to that direction. And now I want to go right to this screw vault. So he's going to vault off my chest from behind me. Look how how long that throw's been up there. That's such a nasty trick.
Good man. Wait.
And then Tiachi vault. And so I hope you can kind of get a sense of like kind of how challenging this is. I found this one of the most challenging jam and a flash sequences I've ever drawn, right? And you can see it starting to come together. I think one of the really important things within this, within the jam and a flash framework and within putting things together in general, I think it's really important that that you put the weights in there, right? And that you put the focus in your movement and in your training between the weights, right? Like the whole hard thing about this sequence is what the fuck am I going to do to get in position for this next trick, right? As soon as I'm in the weight and holding, the trick is done. I got it. I know how to do the trick from being in position. It's getting in position that's the really hard part, right? So instead of focusing on each trick within the jam and a flash when you're building sequences through the luck of the draw like this, instead of doing all of your focus on making sure the leg vault catches or making sure this catches or that catches, put your focus on making sure you get to the next position and on watching the dog.
Great work. Holy cow, buddy.
And what'll happen is if you do that, you'll continue to progress quickly. Boom, boom, boom. This is probably our 8th rep of this sequence. Right? And we're going to wind up almost in live speed here in 8 reps.
Yes. Hoop. Yes.
So rebound to hoop.
Oh, heli out. Yes. Wait. Rebound. Yes. Up.
So you can see me setting.
Good man, Aus Mackay. Woo-hoo-hoo.
You
Go
can see.
Toodles. Yeah. Good man.
You can see me setting my position there. Right? You can see me setting my position there based upon where he's going to land. I didn't know that before, guys. I didn't know that at all. I learned that while I was doing this. And because I have the weights in there, I'm able to respond. So right there, right? I learned how to set that up during this session. Now, all of any trick that lands anywhere, I can turn my back to that trick and do a screw vault. Right? Because I know how that works. And those are the things that we're looking for within Jam and a Flash. That is emergent behavior. That's emergent behavior, right? That is not behavior that, that's a bummer. I wish I would have started my log earlier. That is emergent behavior, new behavior. It has come out of what we have been working on. That's what creativity is. That's how creativity works. That's how it happens. So we'll watch, yeah, and he just smashes that, right? And you can see we're pretty confident, right? Cranking out this big, nasty sequence. And now, so I should not be focusing on him catching it, right? Because this is about the sequence, Ron. Pay attention, focus, put the baby before the bathwater right now. But this is the second time we've done it. This is rep number 10, I think, maybe rep number 11, right, of the entire sequence. So I feel like we're able to kind of hone in a little bit on the trick itself. Also, the hoop is kind of hard if the dog is scrambling around chasing a missed rebound. He really wants to jump for that heli out, doesn't he? Yeah. And look how tight that is. That's so badass. Right? Like that heli in there, or that heli out, was so tight. Like we were right in position. And that's what I'm trying to lay out within this Jam and a Flash sequence here. This whole sequence was about learning how to do this right there to set him up for that screw vault. I think we try one more. Yeah, rebound a really good trick for us normally at this time. So he's too aggressive, and within the sequence, I'm going to address that. Right? So now that I have the sequence with him, right, I'm going to use that sequence to fix him premature jumpulating for that heli out there. And that's how I want to roll. I want to get the sequence working. Everybody knows how this sequence works. And then when he does something dumbass like that, then it's obvious that he's done something dumbass. And I can let the sequence punish him for it. The pause in the sequence and the fact that he's out of position. I pushed a little bit for it, and then I was on camera, so I probably responded a little too softly, like I was permissive with him doing the wrong thing. But again, I was working on the sequence. I wanna figure out how to get that heli out to land right frickin' behind me so I can do the screw vault very simply, right? But that Jam and a Flash session with Epi and with Loot, that's Jam and a Flash is about emergent behavior, creativity and emergent behavior. And we don't know what we're doing there. We want to get in there and do some new things. While we're in there, there are good practices that we're going to use, but we're not going to really hold to anything that we've always done. In the Cynefin framework here, the jam and a flash area is in this complex domain where there are unknown unknowns. I did not know that Loot and I could heli out and land in line and do a screw vault. That screw vault, dude, that whole sequence was nasty. That was a very, very nasty sequence. And I didn't know how to do any of it. And so all of it was unknown unknowns. And what I did was I probed, I sensed, and I response. I made the move. I watched what was happening. I put myself in position. As a probe, I put myself in this position. This is where I'm staking out my ground. I make my move, right? Hang on, let me do this, right? I make my move, right? I throw my flip. I move to where I think I need to be. I've said, wait, man, this doesn't feel right. You know, do you see how we're off angle? This doesn't feel right. This initial probe response of where I thought I should be isn't right. How isn't it right? Okay, this is how it isn't right. And then we move on with the sequence. Well, the next time I do it, I throw my flip and I turn right here. Because my first response, I acknowledged it as a probe and an attempt, right? I treated it like it was a safe to fail experiment. It's no skin off my back if I don't get this perfect. I don't know what I'm doing, right? And we should be honest about that to ourselves when we don't know what we're doing. When we don't know what we're doing, when there are unknown unknowns present, when the situation is too much to analyze, too many moving parts, I don't really know which piece of this thing is falling over. I don't know. Here, how about we try this? Let's probe this. Let's try this. How about I stand this way and deliver some pressure pushing this way? Well, that didn't work, right? My dog runs in, right? My dog runs in, and my dog is standing in this direction, right? My dog is standing in this direction. And I notice that pretty frequently, right? If I always stand with this leg behind me, I'm not going to notice that this draws my dog across. If my dog lines up in the wrong direction and I say, hey, what's going on here? If I were to just probe and switch my feet, my dog would go the other way and line up, right? And so we need to get better about acknowledging that we don't know exactly what we're doing, right? And to acknowledge that much of the time what we're doing with our dog is a probe, is a question of what's happening. And then we should pay attention to how that works and respond accordingly. And I'll get off that. I'm trying to gently bring people into that kind of idea. But I'm going to go ahead and throw up some video for a sec. I'm going to take a second and get myself a fizzy water. Everybody who's here, not a lot of people here, shout out, chat. Bring it, chat. Come on. Yep. So we're just going to fire up a video here. Here we go.
Yes. Wait. Oh!
Hey, Ron Watson here, Positive Vibe. The following video is created for our patrons over on Patreon. This is a sample of the type of instruction we provide for our patrons. In addition to sweet disc dog and videos like this, we've got dog training videos, blog posts, full-on ebooks, group video chat, and a super secret Facebook group. April and I would love to work with you and love to have your support.
Up. Up. Yes. Sit. Yes, wait. Good. Oops.
Let me just wait. Your off should pull him back up there. If it doesn't, it's totally okay. Don't cut it.
You want me to call him?
You can call him.
Mo. Up, up. Mo. Up, up. Yes, sit. Yes, good. Off. You're not sitting. Sit. Sit. Good. Off. Yes, good man.
It's like you don't have your hand in the cookie bag. I'm not getting off.
Up. Yes. Sit. Not spin. Sit. Yes, good. Yes. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good. Off. Yes, good man. Yeah, wait. Mo.
When he gets up.
Up, up.
Whoops. Ha.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sit. Dude, sit. Yes, good. Wait. Yes.
Pretty clever way to
Yes, good man.
get a FootStall, actually.
Up. Up, up. Yes. Oops. What happened? Up, up. Up, up. MoTown. Up, up. Yes. Sit. Sit. Okay, April. Off. Yes. Up, up. Yes. Good. Good boy. I'll pay you for that. Even though I want to sit, I'll totally pay him for that.
Yeah, just call him off
Yeah.
a few times.
Good.
Yeah, placing value on the off definitely would help keep him up there.
Good boy.
Would also help him realize that he can layer behaviors up there.
Off. Yes.
When the off pays, he must be on in order to make it happen.
Up, up. Good. Good boy. Wait.
Right?
Off. Yes.
And she's paying him handsomely for the off.
Yes. Wait. Oh.
Super funny. And so this is actually several sessions over the course of maybe a half hour, I think.
Up. Yo. MoTown. Up, up. Yes. Good. Wait. Good boy. Off. Yes. Good.
Yeah, and that kind of stability is the kind of stability we want to have before we make him sit, right? We have to have a stable system. Now, just see, he got off on his own, and he's like, "What? What do you mean?" right? And this time she'll make sure that she cues him off, and that look back up to there when he got off on his own.
Yes, good man. Very nice.
Right?
Great
Yeah.
job, buddy. Off. Yes, good man.
Yeah, so watch when he gets off here. So
Yes.
on this one here, watch when he falls off.
Yes.
Watch him look up there like, oh, I need to be up there. Watch this, it's really cool. Watch. Oh shit, I need to be up there. And then April brings it down, hoping he'll load up on his own. She realizes he won't. He dove in the cookie bag, so she resets. But that look up there when he fell off tells me, as an observer, told April as the trainer, that he wanted to be up there, right? And he wanted to be up there because he knows that the off cue, right, is what's paying. And so, when we have trouble keeping our dog in a duration behavior, maybe you should learn to release that dog from the duration behavior. Maybe that's what we should do instead of trying to make him stay longer. Maybe we should learn to release him and teach the dog that being released from the behavior is what pays. So that's kind of cool. I really like that video. April and BroTown do a pretty good job of illustrating a nice progression to have that work. So yeah, it seems like I'm broadcasting and nobody here. Not like I expect to have anything else happen. I'm actually running a test on. I have my camera broke. Here, I'll show you. So this camera, and it's got like all kinds of awesome shit on it. It's actually a super nice camera from 2012. The HDMI broke. The whole sleeve comes out. Yeah, I'll show you. This happened while we were at. So see see how that metal is sticking out there, right? It's not supposed to be sticking out. That's the HDMI thing. And so my HDMI out is broke, and it's really a bummer because this camera is perfect for event videography, like having it on a tripod, zooming out real good and cracking back and forth like I did at the USDDN. It's really nice for that. And everything was working all hunky-dory, and then that mini HDMI blew out. And so I have to buy another camera. And I'm not going to be able to get the same kind of camera. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So I have a bunch of shit I'm trying to figure out. So right now I'm running a GoPro. Do I have the whatchamacallit up? No, I don't have. I have a GoPro up here, GoPro 9, and I have my GoPro 7 right here, but it's on battery. I can't charge it at the same time, so I wanted to get an idea of how long I could run until the camera died. And here we are, almost an hour deep, and the GoPro's still going. The way I look at it, we're 52 minutes into the live stream. I'm going to kill this GoPro, and then I'm going to play a video right after it goes out, and I'm going to transfer it and see if I can make it seamless for you guys. Right? Make it seamless for you. You won't even know it happened, except you will because it'll crash beforehand. But that's okay. That's okay. Not a big deal. So I have another GoPro coming. I just bought a GoPro 10. And I'm going to be running the GoPro 10 here, the GoPro 9 up there, and then I'll have a GoPro 10 and 9 for head cam and dog cam, two really good stabilization things with 120 frames per second. It's going to be fucking sweet. And then I'll use one of my Hero 7s for stationary cam and then the drone. So just bumped up pretty considerably because this friggin' thing broke at the event. Super bummed. I'm gonna consider getting it repaired, but I don't know if anyone can even repair it. So anyway, enough crying. Let's do a piece with me and Marty. Actually, let's do pew pew pew. Let's do this. All right, so we're gonna do some flat work here, and I'm gonna talk about what's happening on the field. So on this one, I'm gonna declare really early. We'll get to see Epi come down the line, real committed to this line. As soon as I turn, you can see him, okay, I know exactly where we're going. I'm gonna be there. This is essentially pulling him, and he's hustling to get there. We're gonna be able to contrast that with a non-example where I don't pull him. And so here comes the non-example. And what we'll see with the non-example is that he's coming in a little apprehensively. He doesn't quite know where to go. It's slower. He's rocked back. You can see that oppositional pressure going on. We're going to go ahead and do this again, going in the counterclock direction. So I'll make the toss, I'll read, and I'll turn. And now he's going to line up immediately to that counterclock direction. By declaring early, my dog knows what direction we're going to go. Here's that oppositional approach. So this time I'm going to declare my position a little later. You can see that front cross happens a little bit later. Right now I'm in counterclock, so Epi's going to release and start coming in on this counterclock. You can see that he's counterclock. I've switched, and now he's switched directions, and now we're going clockwise for the pass. And I'll show that again. You can see that I'm in counterclock. He's going to line up counterclock and then switch on that front cross. And we get a good look at how the dog responds to that front cross. This time there'll be no cross. He's just going to take that directional cue. Offering a non-example to the pattern is really important to keep the dog honest. And here I am. So that idea of having a non-example added to the pattern is super important. As a matter of fact, if you want to learn how to make your dog go and to make your dog go fast under control, the very first thing you need to do, you need to be able to make that dog stop. You need to be able to make that dog stop, right? By making that dog stop, you take ownership over when the go happens, right? And you force the dog to question whether or not the handler is going to make him stop. And so when we're working flat work, we're working one direction. We want to get the other direction dropped on them. When we're working go, we want to make sure we have stop somewhere very close to that. We don't want to do fucking 3 weeks of go. If you do 3 weeks of go, good luck. Good luck getting your dog to stop, right? We want a rep of go, a rep of stop. Go, 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 stop, stop, go, go, stop, 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 go, go. And when that starts to happen, now the dog starts to regulate. Straighting some flat work to fetch it up. It's a good place to practice your flat work. And the dog starts to look to the handler for clues as to how we're going to move together. Okay, this time I'm going to wait a long time, and then I'm going to give him a fairly aggressive block. So I'm declared, and then I block him real hard and pull him around. And we'll see him declared. So he's going in the direction I'm declared right now. Side. And then we'll see him getting slammed with that block. And so I went from calling him to my left, to the bottom of the screen, to switching and blocking him, and then passing him.
Last second turn, at which point in time I start to pull him aggressively around the flank. I'm going to do that going in the other direction. So I'm standing in counter, and then I'm going to pull late. Epi's a little late to the party because I didn't switch and I didn't transition. He's drifting in, at which point in time I turn and pull. I'm waiting to turn and pull until he's committed to my direction. Here's that non-example, little front cross. The front cross, I'm pushing. I'll push him into the block, at which point in time I'll pull. Then I'll pull him around and make the toss. So there we go. We got pushing, pulling, and blocking with examples and non-examples. Good man, Marty.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, a little pushing, pulling, and blocking. That's all we're doing with our dogs when we're moving them around on the field. It doesn't leave, when you can really only push the dog, pull the dog, or block the dog, make the throw. There's not a lot of ways that we can move our dogs out there, guys. Not a lot of ways we can move the dogs, right? It's just not a lot of moving parts within that system. And I think that's why it's kind of hard to talk about a lot of times, right? I'm looking for that link. I'm going to try and pull that up here. Oh, gosh darn it. Push, pull. Push, comma, pull, maybe. Oh, gosh. Such a bummer. I'm sorry. Push, pull, or block. There it is, right there. Looks like I got it, guys. Woohoo. All right, should have a link. And I'm actually going to also link it with YouTube here. Where is it? Boom. Is that it? No. Is that it? No. Yes. So I'll pull the link into the stream as well, so that everybody has a chance to, oh, looks like I did it twice. Boom, that's the link. Right there. So for you guys who are super diehards, you can have the link. What's going on the EpiCam? What's up, Quickie Pants? Little Quickie Pants Jones. Little old lady, resident old lady. All right, let's see. I got two more videos. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll go over this Vault Foundation real quick. We'll do one more jam and a flash session with Epi. And then I'll close with some good instruction on vaulting. Here we go. What? What? So funny. I'm looking for a stinger. I can't find a stinger. Where are they all at? All my stingers are gone. All I have is a purple one. Where's the Hulk one and all of my cool things? Oh, I bet it's in 12, isn't it? Yep. Here we go. All right, we're good to go.
Stall. Good. Whoa. Stall. Good. Up. Stall. Up. Here's a tough one. Stall. Good. Up. Awesome. Great work, Effie. Great work.
So that discrimination work on vaulting, pretty awesome stuff. You can actually see the example and non-example. I'm deliberately playing the example stall off of the non-example vault. I could have the non-example over contrasted against the non-example stall as well. I use a hoop in that exercise. I call that gap jumping. It's really nice. Working a vault in between, kind of an interesting experience for the dogs. They learn to be methodical and thoughtful in their vaulting and stall work. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Still don't have anybody here. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Chat is silent. Chat is silent. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to run out of this. It's an hour and 10 minutes. My GoPro's going to die here pretty soon. Maybe I can get out of here. Oh, that didn't do it, did it? That didn't do it. Epic, jamming a flash. No, where did it go? All right, and ruined it. Jam in a flash. Sorry, guys. It's a little bit like working at Disney World today. You guys are getting, you can tell that the magic is.
Want to try one more? You want to try the other one? Yep, for 8. Do it.
All right, I'm trying, guys. Luton Epic Gem in a Flash number 2. Is that the one I'm looking for?
Everybody has a in a flash. DiscDog, get a shot. Front.
No. Is this it? That's not it either. Gosh darn it, man. Mother. Luton Epic Jam in a Flash. Epic Jam in a Flash number 2. Jam in a Flash random. Dude, this was on there. How about FlashJam? I'm sorry, guys. Well, I'm actually not sorry. There's nobody here, so those of you guys who are watching, sorry. Ooh, I think this is it. Yeah, this is totally it. Oops.
Malka. House. Cat.
Grrr. So funny. Is it number 3? Yep, this is the one I want. I'm sorry, guys. Super sorry. Here we go. All right. So, Jam and a Flash. We have drawn, I drew 6 throws here. The throws are numbered. And this is kind of a variation on Jam and a Flash. Normally I only do 6 tricks total. But a lot of times you draw a bunch of setup moves, and sometimes you want to, you know, kind of work all the discs in your hand. And so sometimes I do like however many throws I have in my hand as my number, right? I do number of throws rather than number of tricks. So there are a bunch of setup moves in between. I really like this though. It's very challenging to remember, and I learned a shit ton. So check it out. I'm going to disappear. Hit me up on chat if you need anything. So I bailed on the Jakey spin because he doesn't have it, right? He doesn't have it. It's not a complete trick. It's one of those tricks that I really wish I had, right? I really wish I had it, but I don't, right? And when you run into a sequence and you got that trick in there that you think you got and you really don't, maybe you should take it out, right? Maybe you should take it out and just do something that approximate it. And then once the sequence kicks ass and you have everything working, then drop it in there, right? Make it happen that way. Don't sacrifice an entire jam. You know, this is a sequence building jam. This is not a Jakey spin lesson, right? We can wind up very quickly working on everything but the sequence. We want to focus on the sequence, the stuff between the tricks. We're not even one time through, I don't think. And notice that my dog is calm enough to let me jump into my phone and figure out what's happening. That's because he's used to waiting and he knows that it's going to pay off, right? And I'm going to put these weights in there to separate each trick. Make sure each trick is clear and distinct. And then when we know what we're doing and I know how I want to stand, right? So I scoot and turn and send him around. When I know how that works, I'll lose the weight. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how that squib to rebound works. I don't know how rebound to get back works. Right? And over the course of these 5 reps with weights, I'm going to learn how those move. And you know what? It's okay that I forgot. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? Take me a couple more reps. And because I got a good attitude about it, I'm going to go out there and kick ass on the next round and get closer to doing this sequence in flow, right? If I were all stressed out because I made a mistake on something I don't know how to do. And now here's literally an hour later. We've done 5 reps. This is rep number 6. And I inserted Jakey twist instead of Jakey spin. And because all of my tricks are separated by weights, he didn't have any trouble with it. He was like, oh, Jakey twist, sweet, I'll do that, Ron. Right? And that little lift, that horizontal lift from that rim stall or rim delay. Scoot, I turn and send him around. That's kind of cool, right? A little weightless vertical to Jakey twist to through and flip. And I'm going to through and flip to rear cross. Did you notice I had to have him on flank? So check this out. So right here, in order for me to rear cross, in order for me to squib him, he needs to be on flank. You see that he's just standing there? And he's already kind of turned out. He's not on flank. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see him twist and stand right. And that's not what we want. That's not a rear cross. That's a twist, right? And so what I have to make sure that I do within this is make sure I pull him and then rear cross him, right? And you'll see me put that together in the next rep or 3. And you can just see how much control we're starting to build over this sequence in 10 minutes maybe. And I've learned Jakey twist to through and flip. And I've learned rebound to get back, through and flip to through and flip to rear cross, and scoot to Mauka's new. Jakey twist to through and flip is new, through and flip to rear cross is new, rear cross to rebound is new, get back to back fault is new. All of that, emergent behavior, never done before by me. And Epi and I kind of look like we know how to do it all of a sudden, don't we? And I don't think it's a great sequence or anything, but we can do it. And a few of the moves within it are really pretty spiffy. Right? You know, I mean, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that sequence, that's a pretty complicated sequence. A lot of shit going on there. And you could see it develop from me being like, what the hell is happening here? Looking at my phone every second or third one, to me, Epi, and the team putting it together. Again, that happens as emergent behavior. That means we don't know how to do it. We don't know how to do it. We're putting them together one at a time in order to learn how to do it. And keep in mind, we don't know how to do the sequence, but we really know how to do each of the tricks. That's why they're on a card, right? So if we know how to do the vault, if we get the shit done between the flip and the vault, right? Then we just vault. So put your emphasis on the things between the tricks. The putting it together, give a good weight. If we're out of position, I'll just slide over here because we're in a weight. It's totally cool. Oh shit, I'm standing in the wrong direction. Hang on here. Okay, yeah, now here we go. We're in a weight. It's perfectly okay. Safe to fail experiment with Jam and a Flash. Emergent behavior, we don't know what we're doing. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. We got I got one more piece here, and I'm gonna pull it up. It is whatchamacallit, vault queuing with Marty McFly. I'm gonna work on a back vault with him, and yeah, check it out. Let me find a good. Here we go. Boom. Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of DiscDog Week. What? He's pretty experienced disc dog. April doesn't do back vaults a lot though, so we figured we'd put the
my
skill on
camera's
him.
dying?
I'm going to use this opportunity to lay out some of the important skills, namely
Put it on that
tell,
one.
trigger, target. I'm going to try and demonstrate those things, talk a little bit about how they work, and we'll see how that goes. You ready, Marty? Let's do it. Come on, Marty. Good. So we want to tell the dog what we're doing, where we're going to do it. We want to give them a trigger to make them start when we want them to, and then we deliver a target. That's what vaulting is about. Super, super simple. All right, so we'll warm Marty up a little bit, give him a couple throws. Good man. Aus. Yes, Mauka. Get out. Yes, good man. Aus. Using a pendulum to warm him up. If your dog doesn't like vaults or flips and you're going to work them, make sure you give him a good warm up, something awesome, and then keep the work short and do some of this actual frisbee shit so he doesn't feel like he's getting punished by doing the things that you want to work on. All right, I'm going to start out with a couple of vaults that he does well. I can't reach it, Marty. Come on, right here. Yeah, good man. I'm going to try and... Ready? Top. Good. Great work. So I'm going to present. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him where we're going to go. I'm going to trigger the skill with my obstacle presentation and then present the target. And I'll go ahead and reset this. Top. Good man. You can see that he caught it right on that spot. Is him knowing top, it's a linear vault, where it's going to be, I'll replace it there. And now he's waiting for the trigger. That trigger is going to be my leg going up. Good man. Now I didn't hit the spot, but I hit the trajectory of the spot. So I'm going to use the same formula with top, boom, pow, good man. So when I present the obstacle, he should break. He shouldn't break until then. Don't want to try and time my obstacle to him coming. Top, boom. Good man, great work. Wow, that was awesome. Question is, does the dog leave the ground for the target? Yes or no? Let's walk that back and see. No, he did not leave. He has left the ground before he saw the target. Not an okay vault. Worked out in my favor, but not what I want to see, actually. All right, so there we go. That's the show tonight. Wow, camera's still on. I should get out of here before I break it. Before I do, let's make sure that we have patrons. Oh no, don't want that camera. We have patrons being memorialized and thanked for their support. This show and all of our content is brought to you by patrons of Positive Vibe. And we would not be doing this without our patrons. I certainly would not be doing it without our patrons. So I have to search for that now because it isn't here for some reason. Give me one sec. Pain in the ass. And I'm sorry. Is that it? No. No. Patron. Yep, I think that's it. There we go. Thanks a bunch, everybody. Also, Hero Disc USA. Again, we wouldn't be doing this without you. We are going to play us out with MemeRoll number 3. Check y'all later.